Ooh, look, a new model. 266 dual console. Just came in, looks still wrapped up. We got twin 200s on her. Looks like the normal Pursuit quality. What's going on, everybody? We actually just pulled up to the dealership here. We're gonna look at this Stamas over here. Kind of a gloomy day out here, but here she is. Got a couple things to do to it. I'll show you, and I'm gonna check the boat out. I've never actually looked at one of these boats before, so let's get started. Well, we got our ladder, we got some tools, so let's jump aboard here. This is a 390 Tarpon. What does she got here? 300s. I think I got custom paint too. I think this boat is sold, or it's got a contract on it, so we'll jump in, I'll show you what I'm doing. Alright, so we are up, we got our parts we need. The first thing I notice about this boat for sure is that it's really wide. It definitely looks like it's set up for fishing. It's got rod holders everywhere in it. I mean, look at the back. Another cool feature, whoever had this boat done, they had it painted or something, but look how heavy that metal flake is. This paint looks really cool. It changes colors depending on which way you're looking at it. And the whole outside of the boat is done like that. It's pretty slick. I like the color. So I'm gonna be honest here, I don't know much about Stamas. I know the company, I've worked on a few of their boats, but I don't know their models or basically much about them at all, so we'll look at this together. Anyway, look how much room is up here. Look at that. Giant pad up front here. But yeah, this is a huge area. The table moves. I don't know, I'm gonna guess this thing has a lot of storage in it. Let's see. Oh yeah, look how big that is. Cover, it's a lot of storage. You got storage under the seats, I'm sure. Don't mind this thing's dirty, they gotta get it detailed before it goes, but you got speakers and cup holders, looks like you got lights everywhere. Of course you're gonna have a windlass. One thing I noticed right away, besides it's got isinglasses, it's got misters. I always like that. Spray a little water on you, cool you off when you're hanging out. Has them everywhere. So the whole top here will mist you while you're hanging out. Well, since I guess we already looked at the front here, I guess that's where we'll start. So let's go to the cabin here and see what's inside. Oh wow. One thing I noticed right away is that this is really tall. Look at this. I'm stretching my arm out. Oh, you can see it in the mirror, look. Look how tall that is. That's surprising. You get a lot of headroom because it's all part of that console. And then that forward piece gives you this big bed area. And there's where that cushion recess is right there. Clever idea. What do we got here? We got shore power. And of course you got stereo controls, AC. So it has an inverter. Of course you got a refrigerator, toilet, fully functional everything here. Outlets. Microwave, more storage, speakers. You got little courtesy lights for you. So you've got outrigger parts here. Yeah, so this is definitely built to be a fishing machine because everything's pretty simple. Very simple layout that is functional. This is pretty clever too. You open up this mirror, you got access to the back of the dash. So she's got Ray Marines in her. Lots of components. Being a 2017, you're gonna have a lot more systems. You got the Optimus gateway there for your autopilot for the Ray Marine. Everything's a lot simpler now, where it's just kind of plug and play, especially with Yamaha. That's pretty cool. Close that back up. Get out of here because it's a little warm. So I come up to our dash here. You got 3 nice captain seats here. You got your footrests here. Nothing folding on your way except for here you have a folding one because our door is here. It looks like you got the footrests on both sides here. You don't drive from the middle of the boat either, you drive from the port side. So this thing's got a windshield, so if you remove the isinglass, you get a little more airflow. You got typical twin Ray Marines. There's your autopilot screen, controls. You got joystick, trim tabs, windlass, spotlight. I'm sure this thing has a radar on the top also. Your Optimus display, start stop, Fireboy system for the alarm. All of your components here, which I'm sure is bait wells and everything. VHF, got Polk audio stereo everywhere. It's all the speakers too. And then you also got a compass, You got some storage up here like normal. Got a little courtesy light. There's also a lot of room on this dash to put stuff if you need to. So I came out to this boat last week or the week before to check real quick. And our battery charger has failed, so our batteries have went low. That's why nothing seems to be working in this. There's another problem too that I found. Close our door here. Our battery switches, they have failed. The back's broken or something because they basically just spin. So we're losing voltage there for sure if it's even getting voltage because the motors don't do anything. This one is the only one that feels alright. Listen to the difference. Hear that solid click? See how it's less? This one you can hear. When I take these off, you'll see the back of them. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's probably pulled out. They're anonymous for breaking the backs off of these. So they fixed that. They're not held on the same way with the new ones here. And I'll show you the difference when we get to it. Let's finish our little mini tour here. More storage, sink, a live well back here. And I guess this is either storage or live well or cooler box or something. Yep, you got a big cooler back here. It's probably a bait well. Yep, you got another one here. This thing also has a dive door on it right here. I didn't even notice that at first, but it looks like, yep, this opens up. The door opens there. Pretty cool. You also have what looks like basically like a Grady White seat right here. Folds out of your way, folds up when you want to use it. So one unique feature of this boat that I thought was pretty interesting. Like I came here and I jumped it, so this will work. We should have enough power in the batteries, but this whole floor lifts up. So let's turn the batteries on. Hopefully they'll work without me pulling this apart first. And you see the big hinge all the way across the floor here. You got a little switch on the dash right here. She opens up. So check it out. When that floor opens, you basically have access to everything. You also have this door too. That just gives you more access. You got batteries here. This is what I was checking. We got different batteries here. And our charger right here is no good. So we're gonna replace that. See what batteries are good or bad after they charge up. And replace our battery switches behind the door here, which I just showed you. Yeah, check it out. This is basically just an open hull. Pretty cool to work on. It'd be easy to deal with, especially if you did everything yourself. So getting in here, if you look, you actually have inverted batteries right here. These are six 6-volt batteries that are tied together. So that's why this thing has an inverter. It doesn't have a generator. You can run your AC or anything basically off of these batteries here. Only for so long, of course, but these should all be deep cycle. Yeah, these are all good batteries made for what we're doing. Now looking to each side, port and starboard, you got your fuel tanks on each side here. Complete access to them. I just thought that's a cool idea too, because fuel tanks sometimes need to be maintained. But what we have here, what I was checking, is 2 batteries turned into 1 for the house, and also one of the motors. I guess they're using 2 to 1 for one of the engines, and then you have an engine and an engine. So basically you only have 3 batteries here, not 4, because these 2 equal 1. I also noticed this guy right here, which I unplugged because it seems to be pulling power all the time, is some kind of theft device from the old owner. So we're gonna get rid of this thing. So first thing I want to do before we swap this charger out, let's pull this panel and look at the back of the switches. Let's get this box off the wall first. Alright, so I got our wires pulled. A little tight here, but it folds down so I can access everything here. So if you look at our switches here, you can see how they have screws. That's what they held the back on to the front with. If you look, it's separated. See that? Shouldn't be separated. So they changed the design, they revised them to what I showed you here. See how they're solid stamped together now? This way they can't pull apart. I've seen this many times with this, and that will shut your boat down if that fails. The biggest problem was, look at all these wires pulling on it. There's a lot of ties here and there's a lot of weight. So over time, it just slowly drags the back of this switch off. So So this one's definitely broken. This one's on its way. This one seems alright, but we're gonna change all three of them. Alright, let me swap these out real quick. Shouldn't be that big a deal to do. And we'll come back and we'll go to our charger here. Alright, there we go. See, I labeled all the wires, so I knew where they all went when I put them back. A little bit of a fight because the switches are a little bit different. You look right here. Here's the one that's split. You can see they're held on, or held together by these. And they just break off over time. Alright, let me swap out this charger real quick. Eliminate our little spy module there. We'll connect everything, get it all tied back up. We'll turn it on and see if it works. Well, we got a big mess going here. We got all of our wiring done. I haven't tied anything up yet. I just got done heat shrinking our connections. And we are mounted. So let me go get some shore power. And we'll see what works. Alright, we're plugged in. We've got 3 cords going all the way over to behind that boat over there. So let's go light up our panel. Let's see if she works. Here's our inverter right here. Yep, we got shore power. That just turned on, it should be charging. Yep. Now, battery charger. Let's go see if that works. Alright. She's on, but right here, number 1 and 2 are completely dead. You can see by our 0% here. Fault. Check for poor connection. Yeah, low voltage. So I'm going to go turn our battery switches on, and it should trick this into charging all of them. I'll combine them all. And our new switches. Nice tight clicks on them. Alright, so now that I combined all of them, you can see we're just charging now. Got AC power, 0%, so this should slowly start moving up here. Now we have no more faults because I've combined our good battery, which is number 3, to 1 and 2 here. So I can jump start them and get them all charging. The system check OK just came on, so we'll let her charge. That being said, I'm going to get out of the hole here, the sweat box that I'm in here, finish tying my wiring up, and head back to the shop, see what else we can get into. As always, I appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you next time. Later. Ooh, I almost forgot. Let's check our AC output here. We got our inverter on, so this thing is converted to AC from DC through all those batteries. Let's see if it works. It's on. Oh.